This is going to be a screencast on how to do a hanging indent. I had a student turn in his references for his dissertation, and I noticed that because of these arrows here, I noticed that he had taken each reference and he had indented where he thought the last part needs to come. This will have to be corrected, and then I'll show you how to do a hanging indent. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate all of this kind of what he's done here, and then so everything is left justified. There's an error here. This needs to be appeared in a space. This is all left justified, and so what you do is you highlight what you want to have a hanging indent. You go up to, let me see if I can, I don't know, go up to the format on bar up above here, and there's a choice paragraph format. And in that paragraph format, there's something called hanging under indentation, indentation hanging. And I'm going to hit OK. And that automatically makes it a hanging indent. But what happened here is that he had a return. So what we have to do, and the same way with this one, he actually got to the end of the line of the other one and he made it a return line. And so here's the same problem here. So what you have to do is clean it up initially. This one did not then end up as a hanging indent. So you go to Format, Paragraph, Hanging, OK. And that one should become a hanging indent. I'm not sure why it doesn't. Unless let's do something else here. Let's make sure. Oh, now this one is really weird because what he's done with this one is that he hasn't just left justified, and therefore that's why we got some of these problems. Oh boy. Now let's see if we can get the hanging indent in there. Okay, we're going to go up to Format, Paragraph, Hanging, Indentation, Hanging, OK, and it should make it into hanging indent. Now why didn't it do that for this one? I would probably at this point, I might even, if my computer is going to refuse to do this. See, all of these, he did a hard return here. He did another one here. This is going to cause him lots of trouble later. This is like a hard return, like the end of a paragraph. All of these, this is all going to be a mess later. He's going to be very unhappy with it. So make sure you get them all cleaned up and left justified. And see, this is a hard return, which is like the return of a paragraph. So get rid of that. Let's try it again, and let's see if that one now finally decides to include itself in the hanging indent world. I'll go all the way down here. I think I got down to this one. Let's go back up. All right. Ackerman. Ackerman is already hanging indent. I'll go up to Format, Paragraph, Special, under Indentation, Hanging. Okay. And it says it's going in 0.3. I'm not sure if it should be 0.3 or 0.5. Anyway, you could change that later if you have to. But then you hit OK, and what happened? They all moved over there. Boy, oh boy. I don't know what is going on with this group. So let's take this group as a group. See what we got. We got all the way down here to Bowersfield, I think. And I'm not going to include the first one because the first one really is. And you'll notice here that this sort of shows you have a hanging indent. You should have. And you can see that this one, educational researcher, I'm still not sure why that doesn't actually come through the right way. You know what I'd do? I'd probably retype it in. Everything else looks good except for this reference is missing the issue number. But besides that, this also needs the issue number. Everything looks good except that one. And when you have a little tough one like that. Sometimes what I do is I just retype it. I'm not sure why it keeps doing that, unless there's no space in here. I just don't know why it won't. Maybe I'll just try it all by itself. Let's try it by itself. Okay, let's just try format, paragraph. Let's do none first. Okay, then cleans it up in format, paragraph, hanging, and hit OK. Boy, it sure doesn't want to do that. And again, it's under this, it's justify text. I don't want that text justified. I want it all over to the left. Now let me see. Format, paragraph, hanging. Okay. Oh boy. I would just retype this because I don't know, there's some code in there that's saying it. Let's try it. Anderson J, Reader L, and Simon H. Sometimes that happens. There's some little code in there, and the computer has decided that situated learning and education, to keep that code in there, and you can't see it. So I would just retype it. Searcher, volume 25, issue number 4, page number 5-11, period. Okay, I'm going to dump this one, and just because it seems to be resistant, delete. Okay, and now this one is fine, except there's a problem with it. The title of the journal and the volume number are not italicized, so I will italicize that. Now we've gotten it straightened around. Okay, we're done.